What's up, guys? It's Coop at Bar-A-BBQ here in Montgomery, Texas, and today I've got our friend all the way from Toronto, Canada, Smoking Dad's BBQ, in the house today.
Thanks for having me. This is
Yeah,
awesome.
appreciate you coming out, man. Thank you again.
Absolutely. We're going to try and Canuck up your barbecue a little
I
bit
love it,
today.
man. I love it. So, deep in the heart of Montgomery today, we're going to do some smoked pork belly, and we're going to glaze it with none other than some Canadian maple syrup.
That's right.
Straight from the tree, right?
Exactly. That's what makes it Canadian. You just add maple. That's
Add
the
maple
seeds.
to it. Hey, we love it. So, all right, guys, y'all stay tuned. We're going to show you exactly how we do it.
All right. Season up.
Cool. All right, James. So, first step we have to do to get this pork belly ready to go is get it seasoned up. Obviously, we love to use our Rio Spices. Rio Spices seasoned salt that's made in Huntsville, Texas, just up the road from us. A lot of people have asked us, why not Fiesta? Why'd you guys get away from that? We love Fiesta. It was a great product for us. But what we found is that, Rio is 10 minutes up the road from us. Support local when you can. You always support your community the best you can. And it has a little bit more pepper within the mix itself. And I'm a heavy pepper guy, so me personally, this is good stuff for us. But as good as that stuff is, it's not the first step. We always want to make sure we put our black pepper on first. And the main reason we do that is we want to leave enough space in between the pepper granules for the salt to actually still get in there and penetrate and activate and do its job. If you go pepper first, or salt first, there's a chance that pepper is not going to stick to the actual product we want. So, like I said, first thing first is get this thing seasoned up.
Now, I know the answer to this, but for anyone following along, the maple and when we want to add that, is there a reason why we're avoiding sugars in our rubs at this stage?
Yeah, right now, anything real high sugar content, over the course of a 3, 4, 5, 6 hour cook, it's just going to burn up in the offset.
Absolutely.
And we don't want to put those nasty off flavors in our finished product. So we're going to wait until probably the last 10, 15 minutes of our cook to actually glaze these in that maple syrup and then let that set up. But definitely not now.
Awesome. Well, let's season it up.
Cool, let's get it done. Perfect. So like I said, we're always going to season the underside or the non-presentation side first. Is it 100% necessary? No, but that's the restaurant guy in me that we want everything to look pretty and nice, presentable. So we'll hit it with our 16 mesh black pepper first, which if you go to riospices.com and order this, it's under the coarse ground black pepper. It's not actually labeled 16 mesh. We get our back side, we'll get our sides. A nice heavy layer on there, and then we're going to hit with our seasonal.
It's a nice color.
I love the orange color it gets. Our sides. Pat that in, making sure we're not, down and then over. We want to just straight up and down. We don't want to smear the rub. And then we'll go ahead and flip it. Now, we don't need to add a spritz or binder or anything. At the restaurant, we just use water if we do anything. But this just came out of the cryovac, so we're still pretty wet. So this shouldn't be an issue as far as holding on to what we're putting on here. So again, 16 mesh first. And that nice layer of seasonal. When we season stuff, I'm real particular about kind of the height and how we season. We like to stay a little bit higher than we need to and a little bit wider spray pattern. It helps get a nice even coat when you do that versus being real close and only hitting certain areas, get a little splotchy. So when you do go to season, guys, make sure you're nice and high and elevated a good 2 to 3 feet above whatever you're seasoning.
Maybe asking a question on behalf of backyard pitmasters everywhere. What you do at home versus what you do at the restaurant. The question of dry brine. Are you a fan of dry brine? Extra time unnecessary? What are your thoughts?
So we don't do a full-on dry brine here. We do like to season a day ahead, and it does a couple things for us. So one, it allows us to not take up a ton of space in our upstairs walk-in. We can bring it down to the downstairs walk-in, get it out. It's also easier for the guy loading the pits in the morning to not have to spend half an hour seasoning all the proteins down here. But two, it does allow the salt and black pepper to get a little bit more time to kind of stick, activate, and penetrate. So I wouldn't say that we do a by technicality dry brine, but we do somewhat play in that realm here at Bar-A.
That's awesome. So what are we gonna smoke this on? What cook are you using?
So I've got the M&M Goldee's backyard pit fired up. We'll get this pork belly on there. We'll run nice and slow and smoky for a couple hours and finish this thing off and glaze it with that nice Canadian maple.
That's right. From tree in Canada. There we go.
Love it.
Right.
All right, man, we've got the backyard pit fired up. We're gonna set our stack to about 75% shut. We're looking for like 225 to 250 and pretty smoky. This should be about a 3-4 hour cook, so it shouldn't take too terribly long. So
Right on.
we'll let it go.
All right. See you then.
Cool, just a nice little tight smoky fire, nice and low and chill. Do a little checkup. We've been rocking about 250 to 275 this cook, stacked shut 3/4. This thing should be a little too deep there. Dead center, we're about 170, low 170s. So still got probably another hour or so in this cook. We'll let it hit 190 in that dead middle, and then we will get it glazed with that maple syrup and let it set up and then bite into it. All right, guys, so we got this pork belly pulled off the Goldee's pit. We took it to about 195, 200, dead middle of that belly. So at this point in time, I have it pulled. I have it sitting off in a 9x13 foil pan to kind of come down a little bit, stop that momentum from getting too high. We're going to go ahead and get our glaze for this. We're going to be using our rib glaze and then this awesome Canadian maple syrup that was brought down from our good buddy today. The rib glaze recipe, I know y'all have asked about it a ton. We are currently working on a PDF book that you can reach out to us and receive. It'll have all of our sauce recipes, our rub recipes. I'll let you know when that's out, and we'll put it down in the link below at some point in time. So just hang in there. I promise it's coming, and we'll have it to you guys in a very easy-to-read format soon. So for this rib, this glaze, I'm going to kind of eyeball it. I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never done this glaze before, but we can't be too wrong. I love our rib glaze. We'll put about 1/3 of that pint in there. Then we're going to go ahead and put a healthy dose. This stuff is gorgeous. Of this maple syrup. We're going to go ahead and get this whisked together and kind of see the consistency we're looking for. I want it to be somewhat thick, but not so thick that it might be gloopy. Kind of a nice, steady stream. I may add a little bit more rib glaze to this, kind of thicken this up just a touch. Get that mixed in. There we go. I want that nice continuous stream. That should be a nice, thick enough glaze. It's going to hold on there. That's going to be good. That smells fantastic. All right, so this belly. We're going to go ahead and get this cubed up. I'm looking for roughly a little bit wider than the blade in both directions here, so don't double check me, but I'm going to get as close as what I can think to that. Kind of go about there. This cuts so nice right now. I don't want to do that too small, so we'll leave that one there. It'll be a little bit thicker bite. No one's going to whine about that. We're going to get these cubed up. Look at that. So nice. These nice little third size cubes. Six. Awesome. All right, we got 612. We got 18 cubes of that little center cut belly there. So I'm going to take our maple syrup and rib glaze blend. I'm going to dunk all these bad boys in there, get them nice and coated, and then we will set them back on the Goldee's pit to finish and let that glaze set. All right, guys, so just a quick recap. We ran these on the Goldee's offset pit till they hit about 195 internal. We kept the pit between like 250 and 275 and super smoky. We had a nice tight bundle fire. Once this hit 195, we pulled it off, cubed it up, glazed them, put them back on the offset for about 10-15 minutes at like 250-ish, not too terribly hot, not to burn any of the sugars in this syrup. We've gotten to this point here, and this is my favorite part of the cook. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in our buddy all the way from Toronto and let him taste it with us, see what he thinks. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Looks so good.
Yeah.
I'd say they're juicy, but it might have been my drool off camera.
It looks fantastic, man. So they look great. They smell great. I thought the pit ran great today. But let's get a taste and see what we think first.
Awesome. Cheers.
That maple syrup is so good.
Mm. That is a winning combination.
That's fantastic.
Something in pork belly can really stand up. That little extra sweetness, the fat. That's amazing.
That's a good point. You know, these things are so rich and so fatty, you almost have to have either a super acidic note or a super sweet note to kind of offset all of that internal fat in that piece of meat there. You saw the cook. I mean, I thought it was super simple and easy, but, you know, I do this every day. What did you think as far as how did the pit run to you?
Well, I loved it. And, you know, I'm as guilty almost as anyone going down a dark rabbit hole on YouTube, but just like simplicity, keeping things simple. Like you said, that bundle fire, the seasoning, everything is pretty straightforward. We could probably like write it out, count it on all the steps on one hand, and it was simple and it's amazing. Absolutely fantastic. And as you said, 6,000 miles away. So this is my first chance getting to see, let alone participate on a cook on the Goldee's pit. Did a great job. Absolutely really impressed with that. And I can see why you and others are such a big fan. It was a nice pit.
Well, hey, Johnny then did a great job designing it. Mike then did a great job building it. It was a super, super easy cook. Not much to do from my end. So, again, guys, I really, really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I thought these turned out great. I know y'all have asked for the sauce recipe. We will have that in a downloadable PDF soon for you guys. We'll link it down below when it's available. If you guys have any questions, please comment. Please shoot me a DM. Anything you need. And remember, like, share, and subscribe this video. Make sure you're following Smoking Dad BBQ. If you're not, I'll link him down below in the video as well. Take care, guys, and God bless.
See ya.